All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar. Vikings looking towards the future. They have signed cornerback Reddy Steward, who we're going to get to know real quick. Before we do that, hit that sub button, hit that like. We're trying to get to 14,000 subs. If you're watching, you're not subscribed, hit it. Comment below what do you think about Reddy. Also, comment what maybe some other players you want the Vikings to look at this offseason. But let's get to know him real quick. 23 years old, 5'11", $178, ran a 4.45 40. Was undrafted in last year's draft class. The Bears signed him, eventually cut him, brought him back to the practice squad. We're going to talk about all that, but let's talk about his college career real quick. Went to Troy, played 5 years, 9 career interceptions, 3 touchdowns, played in a ton of games. The dude is a playmaker. He was projected to pretty much go undrafted, so there was no big surprise there. But when he got to the Bears, he was making a little bit of noise. He was making a little bit of noise to the point where I think there were Bears fans that were a little bit surprised that he actually didn't make that initial 53. Initially in training camp, he was holding down that nickel spot when Kyler Gordon was out with an injury. And then during the preseason, played in all 4 games, was targeted 15 times, allowed 12 receptions for 69 yards and 1 touchdowns. But final game, 2 interceptions against the Chiefs, really making a push. But the Bears said, you know what? That's not good enough. We're cutting you. They ended up bringing him back to the practice squad where he hung out until week 9. And he got some action in week 9, elevated against the Cardinals. What's he do? Marvin Harrison Jr. catches the ball. Reddy pops that puppy out, causes a fumble. And even then, the Bears said, that still ain't good enough. And they put him back on the practice squad for the rest of the year. So future contract, that's what we signed him to. So what is a future contract? It is exactly what it sounds like. We have signed him for the future. Other teams can't come and get him. It's not like a practice squad type of deal where other teams can come snipe him. He's a Viking until the Vikings say otherwise. And it sounds like there were reports. There were a handful of teams lined up for Reddy's services. And I got to say, Reddy, you've made the right choice. I mean, you're coming to a team and the cornerback room, a lot of questions. We got Gilmore. We got Griffin, probably won't be back. Byron Murphy, who we all want back, but is still a free agent. So a lot of room to come in and compete and potentially make that 53-man roster. And what I love about him is when he's on the field, the dude is making plays. He is a playmaker. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this could end up being nothing, but I love the Flyers that they continue to take. All the teams are doing this right now. They're all signing players to future contracts. But everything I've watched about him, I was watching his preseason games and his interceptions. He's a playmaker. So let me know. Reddy Steward is officially a Minnesota Viking signed to a future contract and hopefully adds a little bit of depth, much needed at the cornerback position.